Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to be looking at something that's got a lot of buzz lately.
Oh, yeah.
AI in government.
I can see why there's a lot there.
Especially what it can mean for public servants like you listening right now. Imagine having an extra hour every single day to brainstorm solutions,
Oh, wow.
or to connect with your team, or really even dive deeper into the issues that, matter most to the people you serve. That's the potential that we're going to be unpacking today.
It's a fascinating shift, isn't it? We're moving from kind of like this abstract idea of AI to seeing its real-world impact
Yeah.
on like the daily lives of public servants
Exactly.
and the citizens that they support.
And to see how this is actually playing out,
Yeah.
we're going to take you to Australia, where they've been running a pretty incredible experiment. They rolled out Microsoft Copilot. Think of it as like an AI assistant to over 7,600 staff
Whoa.
across more than 60 government agencies.
The scale of that trial alone is
Huge.
Yeah. Impressive. And the findings were even more so. Participants reported saving an average of 1 hour per day,
Wow.
with 40% of that time reinvested into things like professional development
Right.
and collaboration. We're not just talking about doing things faster, but about freeing up time for higher value work.
And here's where it gets really cool. They weren't just using Copilot
Yeah.
for like simple tasks.
Right.
Public servants in the trial were using it to generate presentations, complete with like data visualizations and talking points, and to analyze these complex data sets, helping them uncover insights they might have otherwise missed.
Yeah.
Imagine the possibilities for your own work.
It's exciting, but it's also important to remember that AI isn't a magic wand.
True.
The Australian trial showed that AI excels at certain tasks, but when it comes to highly specialized work that requires deep expertise,
Right.
human judgment is still paramount.
So it's not about replacing humans, but about giving us superpowers,
Right.
like having an extra set of hands and a brain that can crunch numbers,
Yeah.
like at warp speed.
That's a great way to put it. And it's precisely why it's so crucial to understand what AI is capable of,
Yeah.
what its limitations are,
Mhm.
and how we can harness its power responsibly. The key is to find the right tool for the right job and to use AI in a way that complements and enhances human capabilities.
I totally agree. And to help us navigate this new world, we're going to be leaning on the wisdom of the CEO of Australia's Digital Transformation Agency, who is deeply involved in this trial.
Okay.
He laid out 5 key points that every public servant should understand about AI.
These points are essential because they cut through the hype and provide a clear-eyed view of what AI means for government and the crucial work you do every day.
All right, let's dive into those key points. What's the first thing public servants need to know about AI?
The first point is that AI isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. There are many different types of AI,
Okay.
each with its own strengths and weaknesses. Just like you wouldn't use a hammer to fix a leaky faucet. You wouldn't use the same AI tool for every task.
So it's about choosing the right tool for the right job
Yeah.
and understanding the nuances of all these different AI applications. What's the second point we need to keep in mind?
The second point is a really crucial one, especially for public servants. Not every government task is suitable for AI.
Okay.
We need to be thoughtful about where AI can truly add value and where it might not be the right fit.
Right.
The CEO actually gave a pretty striking example of this. Imagine using AI to like automatically adjust pension payments.
Whoa.
Seems efficient on the surface, but
Yeah.
without careful consideration and like robust safeguards, it could lead to some serious problems.
That's a great point. It highlights that responsibility that we have as public servants to carefully consider the implications of using AI, especially when it comes to like people's livelihoods
Right.
and well-being.
Exactly. It's about using AI to enhance our decision-making, not to replace it entirely.
Yeah.
And that leads us to the third point, which is all about accountability.
Okay.
AI is a tool, and just like any tool, the responsibility for its use ultimately rests with humans.
That makes sense. We can't just blindly trust the machines to make the right decisions, especially when it comes to matters that impact people's lives.
Right. And that's why transparency is so important. Citizens need to understand how AI is being used in government and how decisions are being made. It's about building trust and ensuring that AI is used in a way that serves the public good.
Transparency and accountability. Got it. What's the fourth key point?
The fourth point is about data.
Okay.
We all know that data is the fuel that powers AI. And as governments, we collect and manage vast amounts of data.
We do?
With the rise of AI, Our role as responsible stewards of that data becomes even more important.
That makes sense. The quality of the data going into these AI systems is going to directly impact the quality of the insights and recommendations coming out.
Precisely. We need to ensure that the data used to train AI systems is accurate, representative, and unbiased. We also need to be mindful of data privacy and security. These are all crucial considerations for public servants as we navigate the use of AI in our work.
So we need to be extra vigilant about how we collect, manage, and use data in like an AI-powered world. What's the fifth and final point the CEO highlighted?
The fifth point is about guidance.
Okay.
And it's particularly relevant for those of you working in the Australian public sector. Australia has developed an AI ethics framework,
Okay.
which provides a set of principles and guidelines for the responsible development and use of AI.
So it's like a roadmap for navigating the ethical considerations of using AI in government.
Exactly. The framework helps ensure that as we embrace the potential of AI, we do so in a way that aligns with our values and our commitment to serve in the public good. It provides a solid foundation for building trust and ensuring that AI is used in a way that benefits all Australians.
That's a great resource to have, especially as we enter this kind of like uncharted territory. Okay, so we've busted some AI myths and laid a solid foundation for understanding what AI is and what it isn't. But I'm sure our listeners are wondering, what does this all mean for me
Right.
and my career as a public servant?
It's a valid question. The future of work is changing, and AI is a big part of that change. But rather than fearing it, I think it's an opportunity for us to embrace new possibilities
Yeah.
and enhance the way we serve the public.
So how do we, as public servants, prepare ourselves for this AI-powered future? What skills will we need to thrive?
Most important things, according to the CEO we've been quoting, is to cultivate an experimentation and growth mindset.
Okay.
AI is unlocking so many new possibilities, and we need to be open to exploring them,
Yeah.
to learning new things,
All right.
and to adapt into new ways of working.
That makes a lot of sense. It's not just about learning a specific set of technical skills, but about being adaptable and willing to embrace change.
Exactly. It's about being curious, trying new things, and not being afraid to fail. We need to create a culture within government where experimentation is encouraged
Yeah.
and where we can learn from both our successes and our mistakes.
And I imagine that a key part of this growth mindset is also staying informed about the ethical implications of AI.
Absolutely. As public servants, we have a responsibility to understand how AI can be used responsibly and ethically. We need to be able to critically assess the potential risks and benefits of using AI in different contexts and to make informed decisions that align with those AI ethics principles we discussed earlier.
So it's not just about the technical know-how, but also about the ethical considerations and ensuring that AI is used in a way that aligns with our values as public servants.
Exactly. It's about using this powerful tool in a way that truly benefits the people we serve and contributes to a more just and equitable society.
Okay, so we need to be adaptable, ethically minded, and ready to experiment. But what about those of us who are in a position to advocate for AI adoption within our agencies? Or even lead AI initiatives? What advice does the CEO have for us?
He offered some really practical tips. First, he said, start with a strong governance framework. That's the foundation for responsible AI use. Think of it as setting the guardrails
Yeah.
to make sure AI is used ethically and effectively in your agency.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
We don't want a free-for-all with AI running wild in government.
Exactly. His second tip was to create a dedicated task force,
Right.
their mission, to explore and test practical applications of AI within your agency.
Mhm.
It's about moving beyond the hype and demonstrating the tangible value of AI.
Show, don't just tell, right? Seeing is believing, especially when it comes to new technologies.
Absolutely. And his third tip was to foster a culture of learning and collaboration when it comes to AI, encourage knowledge sharing,
Right.
open discussions, and a willingness to learn from each other's experiences.
Collaboration is key in any field, but especially with something as complex and rapidly evolving as AI.
Right. His final piece of advice was to embrace calculated risks and be open to learning from both successes and failures. This is new territory for all of us, and there will inevitably be bumps along the road.
So it's okay to make mistakes as long as we learn from them and share those learnings with others.
Precisely. It's all about fostering a culture of innovation and continuous learning. Now, all this talk about AI probably has you wondering what your day-to-day work might look like in a few years.
I know I am. Paint me a picture. What are some of the ways AI could transform the daily lives of public servants?
Well, imagine having an AI co-pilot, not for a self-driving car, but for your work.
Okay.
This digital assistant helps with everyday tasks, Picture it drafting documents,
Wow.
analyzing data, and even helping you prepare for those marathon meetings.
That would free up so much time and mental energy to focus on the things that really matter.
Yeah.
Crafting policies, serving citizens,
Yeah.
and tackling those big picture challenges.
Right. And remember, this isn't just a futuristic fantasy.
Yeah.
We saw these types of time savings in the Australian trial with Microsoft Copilot. It's already happening.
Okay, so AI could be our personal assistant, making us more efficient and effective. What other exciting possibilities are on the horizon?
How about this? Imagine AI helping to safeguard taxpayer dollars and protect vulnerable citizens by detecting fraud.
That sounds like a powerful application of AI.
Yeah.
But how would that work in practice?
Think of it as an extra set of eyes constantly scanning for patterns and anomalies that might indicate fraudulent activity.
Oh,
AI can sift through mountains of data much faster than humans can and flag potential issues for further investigation. This could be a game changer for programs like social welfare, tax systems, and even procurement processes.
so it's like having an army of superpowered auditors working around the clock to ensure that resources are used responsibly
Yeah.
and that those who need help are getting it.
Exactly. But remember, AI is a tool.
Yeah.
And it needs human oversight. It can highlight potential problems,
Right.
but ultimately it's human experts who make the final decisions.
That's reassuring. We're not quite ready to hand over the keys to the robots.
Not quite. And that's important to remember. These are just a couple of examples of how AI is being used in government today.
Yeah.
But this is just the beginning. As AI continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more innovative applications in public service.
It's an exciting time to be a public servant.
Hmm.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the key takeaway for our listeners? What should they be thinking about as they consider the role of AI in their own work?
The biggest takeaway is this. AI has the potential to revolutionize the way we work in government. But we need to approach it thoughtfully and strategically. It's about understanding the opportunities, navigating the challenges, and using this powerful tool in a way that benefits all citizens.
Well said. So to our listeners, we leave you with this. Imagine you had an extra hour each day, freed up by the power of AI assistance.
Wow.
How would you use that time to make an even bigger impact in your work, to better serve the people in your community, and to contribute to a more just and equitable society? Think about it, and let's keep this conversation going.
That's right. Share your ideas, your hopes, your concerns about AI and government. The future is being shaped now, and we all have a role to play.
Thank you for joining us on The Deep Dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep striving to make a difference in the world.